Much of the Ojibwe culture is rooted in the sacred connection to nature. Their clans are named for the animals.
Deer clan, the bear clan, eagle clan, and they're all part of the Anishinaabe, and we shouldn't abuse those. We should honor them all the time.
Even the plant life is an integral part of Ojibwe tradition, especially tobacco. Something elders say one should carry with them just in case you spot an eagle.
That's why my grandfather always told me, carry tobacco with you. Wherever you see one and stop, and give them tobacco. Because the spirit bird, the eagle, it always flies up and tells the Creator to watch over this person if he gives them tobacco. Because he's the one that can go up that high and just gets out of sight. He's the messenger.
Tobacco is also a sign of respect to elders. Anyone seeking an elder's advice should bring a gift of tobacco.
Well, a lot of people do come to me with tobacco and ask me for help, and I tell them what to do. And if they give me tobacco, I'm a little bit stronger, and I usually smoke that pipe and my pipe, and sometimes the big jumps pipe, and I ask for guidance and help for the people.
The other plant that plays a significant role in Ojibwe culture is monument, wild rice. Once a main source of sustenance, rice beds are now dying off as the lakes become more developed. But it is still a tradition passed down through generations.
Well, I first went racing, I was about 8 years old. There was probably about 8 couples, and I was my dad's partner. And we went way over near Sorona on a big lake over there. And it was just a gallon of water and a sandwich is what we took for the day, you know. And me and my dad pounded out about 200 pounds of rice that day. One guy's got to push the canoe, and one guy's got to run the knockers. And your racing sticks are called knockers. And basically, you'll reach out and you'll pull the rice in, and you'll hit it. Not too hard that you break off any of the rice stalk, but you know, just enough to shake out the green rice, and it'll fall down in the canoe.
Every fall, the harvest is celebrated with the traditional wild rice powwow.
I like the atmosphere of like being with a bunch of other Native Americans in one setting, just having a good time. And I started with the dance troupe in '98, and I've been dancing ever since.
Powwows are social events. They are also a time to get back in touch with the Ojibwe culture. Each song from the drummers is different. Some are handed down, some are original. Each dance is significant to the singers and the dancers.
There's 6 types. For guys, there's 3, and that's grass, traditional, and fancy. And for girls, there's fancy, jingle, and traditional. The grass dances are a little quicker on their feet, and I'm pretty quick on my feet, and then the traditional are slow, but they have moves, and fancy are beautiful colors, just spinning in circles.
The dancers wear regalia, not costumes. It reflects the dancer's inner dignity and is very personal to them.
This has been passed down 2 generations or 1. I know my dad wore this before me. I've had this since I was probably 10.
Most importantly, the powwows are essential for making sure the St. Croix Chippewa culture lives on.
As we talk, like, most of our culture is being lost right now, and I just want to see the younglings out there start to bring it back. Like I said, we're losing it, and there won't be anything left of the Native American way. if we keep on progressing like this.
There was a time in the early 1900s when tribal members felt their identity would be lost. Young children were virtually kidnapped and taken away to the white man's school. Many of the European settlers felt the way to handle the natives was to make them learn what they call the civilized way of doing things at boarding schools.
They grew up being made to feel ashamed of themselves. They grew up in the boarding school era where they tried to literally beat our race out of us, making us stop our language, making us stop practicing our customs and our traditions. So a lot of the only ones that I know have been able to keep it intact is the ones that were able to escape the boarding school era or keep it so strongly in their heart that they never forgot, even though they went through boarding school.
I was taken away when I was 7 years old. I didn't speak no English. All I spoke was Ojibwa. I was gone 5 years, so. I was just in this school. I had to learn English fast, so I didn't talk it. I understood very little bit.
As with any culture, trying to survive in this fast-paced world of instant communication and instant gratification can be challenging. Tribal leaders are hoping to instill Ojibwe values in the young.
Well, I accept it, but it does sadden me that I see a lot of this culture going by the wayside simply because if we don't live it every day, we do lose it. Such as language, you know, we've lost a lot of the language, and in trying to teach the language, you don't see the interest or the participation of the younger people coming in.
I want to learn about more about my culture and the background and history.
One way the tribe teaches the youth about the culture is through the Trails program.
Well, Trails is traditions respecting American Indian lifestyle. And the mission is to teach the kids how to learn more about their traditional ways, like dancing and singing and arts and crafts. And I've been doing it for about 18 years. The parents have grown up and had their own children now. Well, the parents have told them about the Trails program, and they're pretty excited about coming here and learning more about the dancing and being more traditional.
The St. Croix Chippewa have invested much in youth programs, building a new youth center, providing activities that promote learning and unity. They involve the tribe's own Head Start program for youngsters and includes more physical activities for older youth, a boxing club, competition in Olympic-style games, and a summer camp where traditional Ojibwe values are taught along with living healthy lifestyle.
Well, they're our leaders for tomorrow. I mean, they're the ones that are going to carry this on for us once we're gone. You know, we're only here for a short time, you know, and once we're gone, the kids are going to be the ones that are taking it over, so we have to teach the kids.